From the moment she wheeled into the shelter, the staff held their breath. Everyone knew about Rex, the German shepherd that no one dared to adopt. His past was filled with pain, his eyes filled with warning, his bark enough to send grown men stepping back. Yet, for reasons no one could explain, the moment his gaze met the little girl, something happened that would change both of their lives forever. What followed? Well, even the most experienced animal handlers said they had never seen anything like it. 8-year-old Emma had been in a wheelchair for almost 2 years after a car accident that had taken her ability to walk and her father's life. Since then, her mother, Claire, had been doing her best to keep Emma's spirit alive, but something inside the little girl had dimmed. She no longer laughed the same way, no longer reached for things with the same excitement. One chilly Saturday morning, Claire decided to take Emma to the local animal shelter, hoping that meeting some furry friends might spark a bit of joy. As they wheeled through the aisles, the air was thick, with the sounds of barking, yipping, and tails thumping against metal cages. Emma's eyes lit up slightly at the sight of a sleepy kitten, but nothing held her gaze for long until they reached the last kennel. Inside, a large German shepherd stood rigid, his amber eyes locked on them. His name tag read Rex. The shelter volunteer hesitated, warning Claire in a low voice. "He's not good with strangers. He was rescued from a fighting ring. He's been aggressive with anyone who comes too close. We don't take him out for meet and greets anymore." But Emma didn't flinch. She rolled closer, her small hands gripping her wheelchair's wheels. "Hi, Rex," she said softly. The dog's ears twitched. He didn't growl, but he didn't move either, just watched her. The volunteer stepped forward nervously, but Claire placed a hand on his arm. Something about the way Rex's gaze had softened made her curious. And then, without warning, Rex lowered his head and let out a deep, low whine. The sound sent shivers through the volunteer. In months of working with him, no one had heard that sound before. Emma smiled. "You're not mean, you're just sad." "Barriers." The shelter staff agreed, hesitantly, to let Rex meet Emma in the enclosed play yard under strict supervision. Everyone braced for a disaster. But the moment Rex stepped out of his kennel and saw Emma waiting for him, something in the dog shifted. He approached slowly, each paw step cautious, until his nose brushed the edge of her wheelchair. Emma giggled, a sound her mother hadn't heard in so long it made her eyes sting with tears. Rex sniffed her shoes, then her hands, then gently placed his massive head in her lap. From that day on, Emma and Claire visited the shelter every weekend. At first, Rex would only respond to Emma, ignoring commands from the staff, but instantly obeying when the little girl spoke. Over time, his tense posture softened, his bark grew less defensive, and his tail wagged. Then came the most unbelievable moment. One afternoon, while they were playing fetch, Emma's ball rolled just out of reach. She leaned forward, trying to grab it, but her hands slipped. Without hesitation, Rex picked it up and gently dropped it into her lap. The shelter volunteer watching nearly dropped her clipboard. This was the same dog who used to bite at anything that came too close. Months later, Rex was cleared for adoption, but only under one condition, that Emma's family be the one to take him. Claire didn't hesitate. The day they brought Rex home, Emma whispered into his fur, "You saved me too." In the end, the dog everyone thought was dangerous turned out to be the one who brought a broken little girl back to life. And she, in turn, gave him the first safe home he had ever known. Like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Tales for more stories that prove kindness can heal even the deepest wounds.